Okay, I figured I'd go ahead and do an update since we have a halfway decent day today. It's been pretty snowy, been decently cold, but finally started getting a little bit of sunlight. Mid-40s anyway. Still got plenty of snow to melt, but so far so good here. It's one of the things that I did do to this high tunnel as I was building it was you can see the black 6mm poly that runs around the perimeter. That's locked into the wiggle wire channel underneath the clear plastic, and then it extends out to probably somewhere right about in here. I don't know if I can catch the elevation change here, but that was not part of a plan. That was actually flat when I finished it with the excavator when I did all the dirt work. There's also 4 feet of 2-inch thick EPS styrofoam or foam insulation that sticks out 4 feet, and I did that around the perimeter of the high tunnel underneath that plastic there, except for in the front. Didn't quite have enough money, time, blah 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 to finish it in the front, but I figured that would be alright. Anyway, so I insulated outwards, not down, and I think that's what's going on here, is because all of this froze, which is really heavy clay, and this is also the same clay, but because of the insulation and the fact that the high tunnel heats up so much, I think that's what kept it from freezing, and that was basically what my plan was for the high tunnel. So you can hear my fans running. Let's see here. Almost 80 degrees in here. Very warm, decently humid. Loving it. So, everything's looking good. We're about, let's see here. This is the 3rd week since we planted these seeds. So I've got quite a bit of growth going on. A lot of true leaves coming in. Very happy so far with the overall production. Like I said, we're only 3 weeks into this, and we're looking pretty good. And with all cold hardy crops in here, also decided to start some peas just to see what they would do. We'll see. So far, so good. And let's see, as we run along here, I started throwing some seeds around, so I got chives popping up everywhere. This is my little patch of microgreens. Just wanted to see what would happen to them. Maybe I'll eat them, maybe I'll turn them into green mulch. I don't even know. Got some onion sets going. Those really started to take off here in the last week. This, I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's a local native plant that just decided to start growing as I was digging around in the soil. I'm gonna let it go and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't show up with a bunch of aphids like the natural or the local plants did last year in here. More peas. I've got a couple rows of microgreens that I just started a couple days ago, so I'm expecting those to pop. And then more onions. And then thanks to the results from this bed, we decided to plant out the center row cherry tree, although I don't know if I can get it to focus on the cherry tree itself, but you can see there are nice little green buds popping up on the cherry tree. That is a black cherry tree that is already showing signs of growth in the spring. So these are all my experimentation beds. Just want to see what happens. We got radish, we got beets. Somehow I ended up accidentally overwintering some of these onions because I forgot to pull all of them. I'm going to see what they do. Maybe I'll get bigger onions. Dandelion decided to pop up. So we got spinach, kale. Boy, there is all sorts of stuff in here. I know there's some mustards. Anyway, we just got these planted just a couple days ago, and I'm hoping that from this little bit of sunlight and a little bit of heat, that we'll get some food growing. And then eventually, the whole plan for this bed is going to be plants that like a decorum of warmth, but don't need a tremendous amount of sunlight. As you can see, that wall is quite a bit taller. This was kind of an afterthought. Don't think I'm going to take this clear plastic down any further. Maybe I'll build this up over time. Not 100% sure. More of just experimentation. But yeah, overall, very, very happy with the performance from the batch box rocket mass heater and the Geo Air thermal battery stratification chamber raised bed, whatever the heck you want to call this thing I've made.